To Luka, and here is Luka, a long three. It's no good. Bullock trying to get a shot back up. And 3.7. Finney Smith got the ball into Luka, and here is Luka, a long three. It's no good. Bullock trying to get a shot back up. And
Something is fundamentally wrong with this fucking team. Something is fundamentally wrong with them. They've broken me. I don't know what to say, guys. I just really don't. My expectations for this team are in the absolute dirt currently. I just don't know how they continue to do it. It really is remarkable. You know, we were looking at it. Like, I've said this. How many losses did the Mavs have? 7. I've said this 7 times this year. That's a loss I could excuse on a random night. You know, you're not going to win every single game. This is the loss where, you know what, if this is in March and you've had a good season so far, you know what? Shit happens, man. Shit happens. 7 losses, take a look at all of them. They are all horrific. They are all horrendously embarrassing losses for the Mavericks. Phoenix Suns, you blow a 20-point lead, 14-point lead in the fourth quarter. New Orleans Pelicans, no Zion, no Brandon Ingram. You also blow an 8-point lead in the fourth quarter. Oklahoma City Thunder, you became the second team in the last 25 years to lose a game in which you were up 14 points, 16 points in the last 4 minutes, something like that. Only the second team in the last 25 years. It was literally something like 4,001 until that point. Orlando, no Paolo. Washington, no Beal, no KP. And then tonight, no Jokic, no Jamal Murray, no Aaron Gordon. And that's what happens. Oh, and then you also have this one right here, the Houston Rockets, who are horrific. We're one of the worst teams I've ever laid eyes on. I don't know, man. I just don't. Tim Hardaway is just, you know, at this point, right? I don't know why his leash is what it is. I really don't. I really do not know what he has done to get the leash that he has. I really don't know. I really don't. I just don't get it. Christian Wood only plays 17 minutes. I was saying in the chat, I don't know. I honestly don't view Christian Wood in the same light a lot of you guys do, that he's going to save this franchise and be the second All-Star. I don't think he will, right? But there really isn't much of an excuse for him to have more minutes than him. Just not an excuse whatsoever at all. Josh Green, I cannot believe we wasted this game. 23 points, career high for Josh Green. 8 of 9 from the field, 6 of 7 from deep. How the fuck do you waste that game? How? Dinwiddie hurt his shoulder. I don't know. Somebody said in my chat that he said he was fine after the game. That looked like a dislocated shoulder to me. I'm not a doctor. I hope he's okay. Obviously, the Mavericks are in a lot of danger. A lot of danger. If Spencer Dinwiddie misses extended time, a ton of danger. Reggie once again did nothing. Dorian did nothing. What's there to say, guys? Spin says he's fine. Okay, and then I feel comfortable saying he was not good tonight. I don't know what to say, man. I just don't. Luka didn't have the best of games. I didn't think he was terrible. That shot at the end was absolutely horrible. That's just... I don't know what to say anymore about these shots. I just don't. I mean, how is this the shot that you have with 3.7 left in the game? That's first and foremost, it wasn't just 3.7. The Mavericks had 6 seconds left, right? They had a side and bounce with 6 seconds left. ESPN, you are a dog shit. Why can I put this in full screen, ESPN? Huh? Why can't I click that? Great website you guys have. You guys knock it out of the park, man. Your TV shows, top notch. Your broadcast crews, top notch. We love ESPN. You're a piece of shit network. I mean, you're terrible. How is this the shot you get? And I'm blaming this on Luka. I'm sorry. Yeah, sure. I'll blame some of it on Kid, because at a certain point, right, Kid's got to say, hey, Luka, I know you want to shoot that. That's not the play we're running with. Like we're gonna draw something up. We are not running with that play. I'm sorry. Like this is Luka at some point, man. Look, Luka literally tells Josh Green. It's not really shown at the start of this clip, but he was literally pointing to Josh Green. Set this screen. Boom. He slips out. Catch and shoot with 3 whole seconds left. By the time he releases that, 3 whole seconds left, and he's shooting a half-court prayer. Yeah, and Kidd after the game said he trusts Luka with those shots. So that's what I'm saying. It's not on either of them individually, specifically 100%. It's on both of them. Like Kidd, as the coach, has to be able to say, hey, like we need to draw something up. We're not settling for that terrible shot. And Luka, as the player and the engine of the offense, needs to say, okay, I need to not shoot that terrible shot. I mean, 35% from 3. But what's crazy, though, is you take out Josh Green and Davis Bertans, who, by the way, plus 21 for Bertans, plus 13 for Josh Green. You take those 2 out of the equation. What are we even talking about here? 5, 4. Hold on. Let's do some quick math. 5, 4. What's 5 plus 7? 12. What's 42? 5 of 30? Did I just do my math right? Did I just do my fucking math correct? Somebody please confirm that. Everyone else on the team went 5 of 30? How many terrible, horrendous three-point shooting games am I going to have to witness from these guys who are paid to do nothing but shoot threes? How many? How many times am I going to see it from Dodo? How many times am I going to see it from Reggie? How many times am I going to see it from, I can live with Spence having a bad shooting night every now and then. He's been really good to start the year, and he does some other stuff too. How many times am I going to see it from Tim Hardaway? How many times? It's just tough to watch. This team is like excruciating to watch right now, guys. They're like becoming really excruciating to watch. Bones Highland went the fuck off. 29 points for him. He had a really nice game. Mavericks couldn't keep him out of the paint. You let DeAndre Jordan go for 17 boards. Like Kidd just has no idea what to do with bigs. Like, I'm convinced of that now. Wood's not getting a lot of minutes. The Dwight Powell. Like, this is actually a game for JaVale McGee. You have a traditional big in DeAndre Jordan, who's also kind of old and lumbering around. You need the rebounding. You need a guy who could just kind of prevent lob passes. Boom, okay, that's a JaVale McGee game. He only gets 11 minutes. Dwight Powell, in what's actually a horrific matchup for him, gets 20 minutes. And Christian Wood gets 17 minutes. Like, the minutes are all over the place. Like, this team, I mentioned this. This team right now has zero killer mentality, man. The Mavericks, as it currently stands, have zero killer in their game whatsoever. Luka individually has it from time to time. When Luka wants to be in that mode, when Luka wants to be in that zone, he's 100% a killer. But nobody else on this team has killer in them. The team as a whole has no killer instinct whatsoever. When they go on runs, there's no foot on the neck, foot on the gas. We're blowing this game out. Like, this game is over. We're going on a huge run here, and the game's gonna end. Right? There's no, okay, fourth quarter, we kind of been fucking around. We're taking this game over. It's done. There's none of that. This team lets teams hang around for way too long. And then they also let teams go on these extended runs over and over and over. How many, 9-0 runs do the Mavericks give up? Like 9-0, 11-2. How many of these runs they give up? It feels like they give up 4 or 5 a game. I know it's a game of runs, but for the Mavericks, this is excruciating. No killer. This is a team you should have no problem with. And you should just be putting your foot on their necks and running away with the game if you want to be who we think you could be. But you're obviously not that team. You are very clearly not that team right now. You're just not. I don't know if you can get there. I really don't. I do not know. I have held out faith in this Mavericks team for much longer than other people. But it's like reaching a point now where I just don't know. I don't know how you waste this Josh Green game, man. How on earth do you waste this Josh Green game?
Green moves it all the way around the horn. Drive by
I don't know. You get a career game from Josh Green. You get an insane game from Davis Bertans. How in the hell do you just waste that, man? Huh?
Good job of stepping up.
How do you just waste a game like this? Like, we might not see another game like this from him all year.
Dinwiddie over to Josh Green. You betcha, baby. Bones Highland is knocking on the
These
door
are like
this season.
killer moments. Bertans, great game. That should be an easy. That should be a win.
Here's Porter.
Boom. Actually, nice defensive play. JaVale McGee gave you some pretty solid minutes. Again, this is actually a JaVale McGee game.
Clock now.
You know, this is actually the game you want to see JaVale McGee actually get some minutes in.
Tipped by Highlands. Luka got raked. I mean,
Look, Mavs right here. This is what I'm saying with the no killer. All right, Luka makes a nice play. Got away with the travel here, this possession. Mavs, luck out. They didn't call it. Boom, Luka, Dwight Powell on the roll. Easy dunk, 4-point game with 2 minutes left. Killer? You want to have that killer as a team? You want to be that team everyone thinks you can be? You put this game away right then and there. That's the end of the game. We're gonna get a stop. We're gonna come back down the next time up the floor, get another basket. Boom, 6-point game. The game's over. Nope, not this Mavs team. They just roll over and over and over. So many inexcusable losses, man. It's like starting to pile up now. And now, like you'll get to a point. I don't know if I'm there personally. A lot of other people are though. But you're definitely gonna get to a point where it's like, yeah, kid, what are we doing? Like, you're the coach of this team. How is this team so often coming out against teams they should have no problem beating and looking like this? How is that even possible? And on top of that, how many games are we going to see where, like, they have very winnable situations in the fourth quarter and they just crumble and collapse? Jesus Christ.